Hey everybody, welcome back to part 2 of Road to Eternus. Today we're going to be talking about the laning phase. So today, instead of doing a full match, I did 2 games here, and we're just going to focus on the first 10-ish minutes of the game, the first 2 laning phases. I think we had 2 very, very starkly different lanes and laning phases. So I think we're gonna talk about them. So we're back on Wraith here in the lane. We got Viscous and Geist in our lane. We got a Paradox here. So we got 2 pokers, Paradox, Wraith, and we got 2 kind of, Viscous is kind of pokey, and Geist is kind of pokey, but more so with magic, more so with spirit, right? So we're gonna be looking for some spirit armor. I already had that in my head, right? Spirit shielding. But we're playing a little too aggressive here, tanking, I believe that was a bomb and a splatter. So not ideal. Should have been playing back earlier. This is not the best, but yeah, so I guess to the one loyal viewer watching, laning phase is by far my weakest. You can ask me when I play with. My weakest part of the game. I tend to play way too aggressive and just take trades that I don't need to, instead of just CSing well, like that. Perfect timing. So, and just eat bombs like that. Like, I don't know, what am I doing? Like, I don't know. But yeah, so okay, from a not being an idiot standpoint here, yeah, I need to play safer, but also Geist is gonna shove the wave basically no matter what, right? Her bombs always shove the wave. This is, yeah, I was unlucky. You didn't see that parry, guys? You did not see that parry. Okay, so Geist is always gonna shove the wave into our face, right? Her bombs are just good. She just wants to throw the bomb, throw the 3, shove the wave into our face. So we need to do 2 things. One, we can't just sit and let them shove the wave into our face. If we just sit and let them shove the wave into our face, then this is what happens right here. As you see, they kill us, they dive us, throw their spells, kill us, and they get a lot of chip damage on our Guardian. So we have to constantly kill the creeps and constantly harass them, mostly killing the creeps, so that they don't have anything to tank for them while they throw spells at us on our tower. This is risky going to punch these, but I know their spells are on cooldown, so yeah. See, here on this wave, I was able to kill most of the creeps, and now they can't just walk up with impunity and throw spells at us. So this is what we need to keep doing in order to stay in this lane here. Otherwise, we're just gonna get harassed out. And this is very common. If they're shoving lane super hard, and they're against a Geist, and you're just getting absolutely rickrolled, you have to counter shove, but you don't necessarily have to shove like we're doing here, where you're the first person to shove. You can wait for them to kill it, and then like kind of kill it at the same time. But yeah, we get a really lucky kill here. That was just,
I didn't forget what you did.
No idea how we got that, but great carbine from Geist. So from here, from their end, right? I actually don't know what the what they're thinking, right? Because the Geist is basically always going to shove. Are they going to try to consciously not shove? Like, she doesn't have to technically, but you know, now they're getting shoved in, which I think is causing them some issues because they don't have the space to just kind of chillax and throw their spells like they want to. So this is a great card. That's a great card. That was comedy. Actually, hold on. Do you want to rewind that real quick?
Harry Biscuit filthy casual.
The little U on the card. Yeah, see, like when you pressure this back into the guy's face, obviously most guys would handle it a little better than this, but they're not liking it as much, so it's at least good. But itemization here, I think almost certainly Monster Rounds is a good pickup. Is how I was thinking in the moment. I wanted to kill the creeps, shove it into their face. Don't know what to get on from here though. Don't know what I was thinking. Just standard Wraith items, I guess. We our rapid rouse, extended mag. Oh, spirit armor, yes, of course. I think that's the next pickup I'm gonna get here. We get a Geist running at us, but we're fine. So you know, this lane's going quite well. I think, you know, in the moment I didn't think as consciously as I am right now about the lane, but I definitely thought about some of these things. And you know, although the micro is definitely not perfect, you see me taking some bombs that I don't have to, dying in the first, minute of the lane. I think overall, we're playing this lane like we should be played for the most part, right? We're not letting them get up to the, and just throw spells with impunity. This Viscous is trolling. We get a free kill. But then again, this lane, they all did that.
that you had.
Yeah, they are definitely just kind of throwing. They're doing some feeding, so like we can't entirely put it on how we're playing the lane. But yeah, I think these players were a little bit better than. This would be more of an even lane, but at least you wouldn't be losing it. But I like the copium think. Here comes the guy's back. She's so horny for the swap here. This is why we're in shit low. This is why I'm in shit low. So horny for it. Nice cube from Viscousy. Look, she wants to swap so bad. I think she ends up dying here for it with to a paradox punch, which is kind of fucking hilarious. And here comes the comedy show with the guys to look. Doink. Wait, what she's doing? And we're gonna get a beautiful ult here, frame perfect. As simple as that. Fucking read her like a book, dude. I read like a book. Like a greedy geist book.
I'll slip through their fingers.
So yeah, this is the first game we're gonna be watching, pretty much to the end of it here. But yeah, so great lane. Enemy did a lot of feeding. We started off with I think a dual feed, but we pulled it back because we were able to shove the wave in their face, get them low, and then their stupidity reigned supreme. But also, I think the itemization was solid. Extra regions kind of just, you know, mandatory. Monster rounds, which most people would get an item that would hurt them more, but it was to push the wave. Spirit shielding to stay alive, and Quicksilver is now for doing shit like this. You know. Missing a lot of punches here. But yeah, we're gonna get that kill. That pretty much wraps up the laning phase here. It's about 8 minutes. I think I end up buying my Tesla bullets at 200 gold and 200 souls in farming. So let's talk about the second game. So we got the second game here, playing Eternus with a holiday in our lane. By the way, I didn't mention it in the last game, but for both these games, we completely muted everyone on our team so that we can really lock in on the lane. So there's no communication here. This is just inner thoughts. As best as I can. I was definitely not as locked in for this game because my fun little anecdote, my best friend was talking to me about getting a first date, which she hasn't had a date in a while. I don't give a shit, dude! So I was looking at my phone a couple times here, but right now we're just chilling. So yeah, we got Mosif in Krillium, and we got Sinclair. So the Sinclair is similar to the Geist in itemization. You know, obviously you want to build spirit, like burst of spirit items to counter her, but Sinclair's not going to want to push. He doesn't push the wave nearly as well or nearly as often as a Geist does. So right now we're shoving the wave in the face. I don't think I had a single thought behind my skull here. I won't even lie. I think I just wanted to fucking light people on fire, and that's kind of stupid. But you know what? That's what we're here for. We're playing Eternus after all. So this lane does not go nearly as well because I don't think about what to do with the wave as much, right? I kind of zone out. I'm just like, I want to light this guy on fire. Look, little pokey there, little pokey there. But no, we got the Mo who can tank hits, and we got the Sinclair who doesn't like. Neither of them really like a wave being in their face. I guess the Mo doesn't mind, but the Sinclair definitely doesn't. The Sinclair wants the wave to be out so he can sit on the bridge like he's doing right now and throw vexing bolts 18 miles away at you and shit on you, right? So. This is a similar lane to last game on the idea that we actually want to shove it here. Freezing is not bad. Or if we do freeze, quote unquote, if we do what the wave on our hill here, we have to kill it very fast like we just did, so that we don't give them time to harass the tower down. But I think in general, shoving the wave out is going to be much better. That's a beautiful parry from Holiday, but then I think this ends in my death because I go for a greedy dash here. Nope, fine. Glorious parry. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see any of that really wave pushing here. I think it leads to our demise. So, but I want to come back here and check to make sure that's my hypothesis to why this lane doesn't go so well. That's what it feels like, at least. So itemization, we want the spirit shielding again for the Sinclair. It's not nearly as good because there's not two really bursters. You could definitely argue for other items here. I wouldn't say spirit shielding is actually that good. but it's definitely not. I don't think it's a grief by any means. This flame dash is a grief, but I get away with murder there.
Good luck not getting shot.
Get away with murder.
What are you looking for? Guns, trinkets, tickets to South Pacific?
So monster rounds. Yeah, it looks like I queued the monster rounds there. I don't think I was thinking to push the wave out. I don't know why. I just had the game before, but this is another thing I do way too often. Is like queue up like 15 items. You're gonna see me queue up like the whole game's worth of items here for no reason. Even though I'm gonna change half of them. So Mo's super low here. See, the wave's in his face and then I feed. But you see how the Mo was struggling there? Clearly Holiday was able to harass while I was in the shop doing my shenanigans. But yeah, I think this whole notion of always freeze the wave is not 100% correct. I think in general, it's safer to actually shove it than freeze it. In general, if you don't know what you're doing, you'd rather shove it. If you can guarantee that you get all the CS for your wave, because it at least puts pressure on their tower. Right? They have to respond. They had to do something. It's on you. Then yes, you're closer to your tower, so you're a little bit safer in theory. If you have repositioning spells, then it's almost, yeah, it's definitely an advantage, but yeah. It really depends. It really depends. It's not as cut and dry as I feel like some really good YouTubers make it out. I think it's more cut and dry in Dota. Because you have a more defined carry role, and the carry really needs that wave to be close in order to even get the CS, because they're usually melee heroes, right? So like a lot of carries are melees, and they can't go out to tag it. But in this game, everyone's ranged, at least to some extent. So it's much less profound. Yes, well, nothing's really happening right here. Talk about my day. As lame as it may sound, it was too late. I was not really feeling the run today. I just started getting back on my running plan. I'm trying to run a half marathon by November. And yeah, I wasn't really feeling the run today. I was just supposed to go for a nice light run, like 4 miles, but I decided to hop on the bike, which I haven't done, like a bike in the gym, like just a stationary bike. We're texting a friend here, stationary bike, and it was actually really fun. Okay, so we're gonna get ultied. Now this part was pretty infuriating for me, because not only does he get my ult here, and not only do I do this stupid dash, but I think he gets his ult up back again like in not even 40 seconds, and then I'm like, yeah, I get parried, which was, yeah, that was the part that pissed me off first. Forgot, yeah, and then I get pissed off because I come back to lane, and then he has my ult again, and then he ults me and kills me again. But that was nothing to do with lane equilibrium, ladies and gentlemen. That was pure hubris. That was me going in for literally no reason. But yeah, I hopped on the bike for 30 minutes. It was kind of fun. It was peaceful. It was definitely less impact on my body, which was the goal, because my knee was bothering me from the last run I did on Saturday. So, all right, enough of my stupid cardio. Cardio's gross. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what else I want to say about this lane. I think the Eternus versus Mo matchup is objectively a pretty good one for me. Right, huge hitbox, can burn him. But then I do stuff like this. Like, why? Like, I know he has ultimate. I get the luckiest dash out of my life. But that should have been me dead there, 100%. So, I think, yeah, I'm just now realizing this, but I think another thing that is kind of my downfall, I think it can be a lot of players' downfall. So, you learn from my downfall here, people, is that sometimes when you have a matchup, that's like typically good for you, because I'm subconsciously thinking here like, oh, it's just a Mo, I'm an Eternus, I can just burn him. Checking text here. You actually tend to play overconfident, and sometimes that can be your downfall. So I have another anecdote from Dota. I know this isn't a Dota video, but I remember very explicitly there was one game where I was playing TA. Sorry, I was playing Viper into a TA. My bad. I was playing Viper into a TA, which, if you guys don't know, it's the hardest counter matchup you can ever possibly imagine in any game. Viper just absolutely counters TA.
Yeah, nice Q, retard. I don't give a fuck.
On my way.
Yeah, look at this. Look. I'm wrecking him, chat. Look at me go. I'm doing it, dude.
In all capacities, and you guaranteed lose on TA in that matchup 100 times out of 100, right? You should at least be losing CS if you're not feeding. There's no way you should be beating that lane. Your only goal in that lane is to survive, go to jungle, and then help your team. But I was playing against a really good TA, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm Viper. I win this 100% of the time, and I played really overconfident. He played extremely well, killed me like 2 or 3 times, and then eventually snowballed. I was like 0-10. He ended up winning the game, and it was pretty embarrassing. Let's see how this lane ends up. The last part of this lane here, and then we're gonna call it a day for the video. Actually, yeah, let's just talk about the 2 lanes. So lane 1, well, it was 1. Wow. And yeah, it was. I like to say mix of enemy trolling, which you saw, but also I think the way we played the lane was really smart, and that led to our victory here. And in this lane, we're doing the opposite. We're not really thinking about where we're putting the wave, right? We're kind of shooting the enemy, and then we're also playing a little too aggressive, quite too aggressive on multiple occasions, which is leading to our demise. Now, is this super insightful? No, I know this isn't as insightful as it could be, but we're learning, so we're gonna take it one step at a time. Like a play like that, initially, me watching it doesn't seem that greedy actually, but it quite is. It quite is greedy. So also knowing your limits, defining what a greedy engagement is also about knowing your limits on your hero. And I've been trying to learn Eternus for the longest time, and for some reason I just cannot understand his limits. And you know what? That's okay. We're learning his limits. We're doing a little bit of limit testing. Way too much more than I think I have to, because I don't really think about why I died there. I just like, oh, I died there, unluckers, and then fucking move on. But yeah, I think his limits. I think the limits on Eternus are, I don't know, just kind of an enigma for me. I don't know. I think Holidays, even though Holidays way harder here to play, her limits felt more concrete. For some reason, I just can't understand Eternus as well, but we're gonna get there. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's yap session. Don't know why the audio just cut out there, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's yap session. Have a good one. Next week or next video, hopefully we'll break down some other part of the game. Maybe we'll do mid game, maybe we'll do late game, who knows, maybe we'll just do another hero. All right, have a good one. Peace out.